Good evening, y'all. It is 9:53 here, and I wanted to do a video about compassion today. Compassion is sympathetic pity and concern for the suffering or misfortune of others. And to couple that with empathy, empathy is our feeling of awareness towards other people's emotions and an attempt to understand how they feel. But compassion drives a person to sympathy and creates a desire to help. So compassion creates a desire to help, and empathy allows you to try to feel like what someone is going through. And so I wanted to talk today about compassion because that's something that we all need, right? Compassion. A lot of us don't have it. Some of us do. Some of us are out of touch with reality and don't express compassion. So how does that look? I'm gonna give you an example. Um, when I say compassion, I have been counted out a lot of times in the past by others because of my situation. I probably was counted out because I didn't have enough money or I couldn't afford something. I probably was counted out because of my situation with dealing with my son with mental health. I probably was counted out because I couldn't afford something, counted out because I just couldn't afford some things. So, people just threw me to the side like, okay, she's of no use. So that's why I wanted to talk about compassion. And what I mean about that is like when I see people on the street who are homeless or who are going through, I have compassion for their situation. When I see single mothers who are going through, I have compassion for their situation because I too was a single mother raising two kids with no help, barely any help from the dad. I was getting bare minimums for his help. So when I say compassion, when I see another mother who's struggling, who's going through, instead of me saying something like, "Oh, that's what she gets, she's struggling," or "Look at her struggling," or "She shouldn't have had all those babies." No, I have compassion because I've grown over the years. And back when I was young in the 90s, sometimes, you just having sex to be having sex. And that's what I was doing back then. Just having sex just because that was the thing to do and that's what it was. And sometimes when you don't have the proper guidance or tools, you hear people talking about you, but you don't have the proper tools to know what to do, or you just don't have the healing space to know what to do. You have to come to a place of healing to know, okay, I shouldn't be giving my body to these men, or I'm not married, or I shouldn't do this. This is not right. So I have compassion when I see single mothers because I too have been a single mother. Number two, I have compassion when I see people with mental health problems because I too have dealt with family members, my son dealing with mental health. I have compassion with people who have financial problems because I've had financial problems. I have compassion with people who have car problems or have maybe a hoopty because I've had hoopties before. I just got a brand new car a year ago and it was new. I've never had a new car before that. So, well, I had a new used car. I'm gonna say that. So I have compassion when I see someone in a hoopty because I have been in a hoopty. That's a raggedy car, y'all. It's an old song called My Hoopty. So that's what that is that I had. I had in the past a hoopty. I have compassion for people who struggle to take care of their kids because I have been a struggling mother. And empathy, as they said, is just showing, trying to put yourself in a space where you can feel what that person is going through. Just say, like, if you don't have any food or if you're struggling, I'll put myself in that space like, oh, that could be me. And I'll start to try to feel your emotions. So in turn, I will give you compassion because compassion is a desire to help. I will give compassion and try to come back with giving you some money, buying you some food, giving you a word of encouragement, maybe praying for you, maybe encouraging you, maybe giving you a card, maybe giving you a bracelet or a necklace with an encouraging word on there. So, y'all, I don't want y'all to get from this compassion thing. Soon as I started giving thanks on Thanksgiving for three things I was thankful for, I promise y'all, 2 days later is when I got my laptop, my printer, and my mouse from this lady. So that is important to have thanks and compassion. But we're talking about compassion. I see people in a different light from other people. Sometimes I see people, they'll Oh, bum, get on. I'm not giving you no money. Get on. You need to get a job. Oh, you need to get this. And some people don't see it as these people have mental health problems. They may have be an alcoholic. They may be a drug addict. And having a drug addiction and being an alcoholic or having mental health, that is a sickness. So how can you work if your mental health is not stable? If you don't have mental stability, you cannot work. If you're an alcoholic, you cannot function. And if you're a drug user, you can't function. Am I saying it's okay? No. But at the same time, have some compassion, because sometimes when you do people bad, you can find yourself in that same situation. That's why I am impressing upon y'all today to start to have more compassion. You never know if it can be you. You could be up today and down tomorrow. So always have compassion for others, because you never know if that's going to come at your front door. I encourage y'all on here today. Reach out. Start thinking about who you can help weekly or monthly. Start giving back. Maybe go help someone on the street who might be homeless. Maybe go give to an organization. Maybe help a kid this Thanksgiving. Like my daughter is gonna give back to a kid. Give back to a kid. Give back to an organization. Give back for a greater cause. God put us here, y'all, to give back. He was a giver. He gave his son for us. He gave Jesus for us. If it wasn't for him giving Jesus for us, we'll probably be still living in sin. But he chose to give his son, Jesus the Christ, for us, for our sins. So give back. Giving just makes you feel good. Giving is us stepping in Jesus' shadow and doing what he would do, because that's what he would do. He would give back and help. He helped the woman who had the issue of blood. Well, she came and touched his hem of his garment and was healed. He helped the people who had leper. He helped the man who was in the who had the lesions. He touched the people who were lepers. He healed the man with the withered hand. He healed several people. He always went around healing people and speaking an encouraging word. When the Samaritan woman came to him and said, talk to him, he told her, go and sin no more, because she was a fornicator. But he told her, go and sin no more. He always had compassion. He always had compassion for a lot of people. He fed the Israelites with fish and loaves. He did that twice. I don't know how much or how many people there were, but he fed them with fish and loaves. He always had compassion and love towards his people. And we have to follow in his shadow and do the same thing, because God is holding us accountable to be compassionate for people, to put yourself in other people's shoes. Put yourself in other people's shoes and help other people. This is what God will want to do. So this is something we all need to do. Don't try to think twice about it. Just do it. Start small. Start small. Maybe give someone who's homeless $1. Maybe help a kid, give them a $20 toy, or just buy a mother some Pampers for her baby, or buy a mother a $30, $40, $50 meat pack who is struggling. No, you might say, I don't have to do that. No, you don't have to do it. But if you are saying you're a child of the Most High God, you are already commissioned to do it. You are compelled to do it, because this is what Jesus would do. He would want you to give back. I tell my daughter all the time when she get paid, always put yourself in a posture to give back and show compassion to others. Always be willing to give, whether it's your time, your money, a word of encouragement, prayer, help. It could be helping somebody pack, helping someone move, paying someone's bill, paying half on a bill, buying someone's grocery in the grocery store, buying someone something that they need, giving a word of encouragement, giving someone a card, just whatever. We should always be compassionate and always be in a motion of giving. This is good. So I encourage y'all on today, be compassionate, give back, and be empathetic for others, because this will take you far in life. Even when people have not been as kind to you, always remember to go back and be compassionate no matter what. God bless.